Hi, I'm Judy Paul, and this is my studio. I'm going to talk a little bit about these 6 new paintings I just completed. What's different about these is I'm always a mixed media artist, but these 6 paintings involve some mixed media I've never combined before. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about, I was real happy with the results, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about how it all came together. So from the start, it's a new type of substrate I'm working on. Normally I have a cradled, sort of a 2-inch thick cradle on the edges of my panels. These are flat 3/4 inch birch plywood panels, and I did that because I was plan to screen print on to the panels, and it makes it possible to screen print with this press if these panels are flat as opposed to that 2-inch thickness. So I started off by screen printing on them, and I layered the screen printing much in the same way that I layer my paintings. So I print a layer of screen printing, and then I paint a layer of transparent acrylic paint on top of that, and then I continued on that way until I was happy with where I was, and then I switched to some other media, but I want to talk a little bit about the screen printing part. And this is an example of one of the screens that I started with. It just has a kind of a random assortment of imagery that I use a lot in my paintings, collage pieces, and screen printed. The way I get the imagery on here is actually to have a film positive of the image, and this is an example of a film positive that was used on that screen. And that I have the image on my computer, and I print to my inkjet printer onto this Pictorico transparency film, which I have found to be the best option when you're trying to make film positives from an inkjet printer. So once you have the film positive, then you have a screen, and the screens are emulsionized. Initially, they look like these do, which these have never been used; they're brand new. So I emulsionize the screens with a light-sensitive emulsion, and then expose them to light using the film positives. And everything that is black on the film positive washes out and allows the ink to pass through. So this is an example of one of the screens that I have set up on my press, which is actually a t-shirt press, but I use it for both t-shirts and for printing on these. So this is a circle pattern, and I would put my panel down like this, and then come down like this, and the ink the color of the ink that I want to use is in there, and then I use a squeegee to pull onto the panel, and then I would paint. Once it was dry, I would paint on top of that with a transparent acrylic paint. So I did several layers of that. I guess you can see this is the circle pattern, and you can see how it kind of is still showing through in some places. Then I had another pattern down here, and it shows through in spots on these. You can see it here. And so once I had built up enough layers, then the black lotus flowers were actually created with this I carved into this master carve block this lotus flower. So I drew the lotus flower and then transferred it onto the master carve, and then I carve it with these lino cutters. And it was really wonderful how much detail you could get. It was really easy to cut, cuts like butter. I think that's one of their, yeah, that's what it says right there, and it's true. So I was really happy with the way that turned out. So once I had the in addition to, on top of the layers of screen printing acrylic paint, I also did some collage work, so you'll see a little bit of collage in there. And this is old sewing pattern paper. And there's pencil. And then on top of that, there's some gold metallic paint in there on the edges on all of these. And then I put this, let's see, the Liquitex gloss medium and varnish on top of the whole thing to varnish it. I'm doing varnishing these new pieces right now. So anyway, that's how these were done, and thanks for watching.